This is the conversation most doctors are too busy, or perhaps too dismissive, to have with you. This is the truth that most men never get to hear. So I need you to lean in and pay very close attention. If you're a man over 60, and you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say the afternoon fade, that feeling around 2 or 3 p.m. when your energy levels don't just dip, they plummet off a cliff. If your drive, your ambition, that inner fire that once defined you, seems like a distant memory from a black and white photograph. If your performance, in every sense of the word in the boardroom, in your workshop, and most certainly in the bedroom has noticeably decreased, leaving you feeling frustrated and a shadow of your former self, I want you to consider a radical idea. It's not just your age. It's not some inevitable, irreversible decline you simply have to accept. It is highly possible that the vegetables you are not consuming are a bigger cause of this deterioration than the number on your birth certificate. My name is Dr. Mark James. For over 3 decades, I've been a men's health specialist. I don't work in a sterile, impersonal hospital. I work with men like you, face to face. Men who have built families, businesses, and communities. Men who deserve to live out these golden years with confidence, with strength, and with the kind of primal stamina that makes life worth living. I've dedicated my career to helping men regain that power without resorting to expensive drugs with frightening side effects, without gimmicks, and certainly without embarrassment. Over these 15 years, I've seen what works. But more importantly, I've seen what doesn't. I've seen the quick fixes fail. I've seen the miracle pills disappoint. And I am going to share with you today something that most of the medical establishment brushes aside because it can't be patented and sold for a fortune. I'm talking about 3 common, unassuming vegetables. Vegetables you've probably walked past in the grocery store 1,000 times. But when understood and used correctly, these 3 possess the incredible ability to systematically rebuild you from the inside out. They can rebalance your hormones, supercharge your circulation, and restore the kind of steady, reliable stamina you thought you had lost forever. One of these vegetables is so potent at increasing blood flow to every corner of your body that some of my colleagues in functional medicine refer to it, only half jokingly, as nature's Viagra. Another works quietly in the background, like a master mechanic, to naturally unlock and boost your body's own testosterone. And the third gives your body the premium, high-octane fuel it craves, without the energy crash or the blood sugar spikes that are sabotaging your vitality. But here's the secret: it's not just about what they are. It's about how and when you use them. I'm going to show you how to combine these 3 vegetables, one for the morning, one for midday, and one for the evening to create a powerful synergistic effect. If you follow this simple plan, you could begin to feel more youthful, more robust, and more profoundly alive than you have in years, in as little as 7 days. This isn't hype. This is physiology. So, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just have a list of foods to eat. You will have a clear, actionable daily protocol to begin reclaiming your power, your dignity, and your manhood, starting today. Before we dive in, if you're a man over 60 who is serious about this, if you're done with feeling tired and weak, I want you to do 2 things. First, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. I release practical, no-nonsense health advice specifically for you every single week. Second, if this message is already hitting home, if you feel that flicker of hope, type a 1 in the comments section below. Let me know you're here and you're ready. If this isn't for you, type a 0 so I know how to better tailor these videos for our community. Your feedback is invaluable. All right, let's get to work. Let's start with the absolute bedrock of all male vigor, especially after the age of 60. Let's talk about circulation. Let's be brutally honest for a moment. Nothing else matters if your blood isn't flowing correctly. Nothing. Without robust, powerful blood flow, your energy will vanish, your confidence will crumble, and your performance in the bedroom becomes a non-starter. Your brain feels foggy. Your muscles feel weak. Life starts to feel like you're walking through wet cement. There is one single vegetable that can act like a biological switch, flipping your circulatory system back online. It's ignored by the majority of men. Yet if you use it correctly, the results can be felt within just a few days. Let me tell you what it is, and why it might be the single most important food you put on your plate this week. I'll never forget a patient of mine, Gerald. He came to see me about 10 years ago. He was 64, a retired carpenter, a proud father of 4. His hands were like old leather, and his voice was a low rumble. He had spent his entire life building things, creating strength from nothing. But he didn't come to see me about an old work injury. He sat down, looked at his hands, and said something that nearly broke my heart. He spoke so softly I had to lean in. "Doc," he said, I don't feel like a man anymore. It feels like the pilot light has gone out, and I don't know how to relight it." Gentlemen, you would not believe how many times I have heard that exact sentiment, and most of the men who walk into my office, they expect a prescription. They're secretly hoping for a miraculous pill or a testosterone shot. They are always surprised when I tell them what I'm about to tell you. For the vast majority of men like Gerald, the primary culprit isn't their hormones, not at first. The primary culprit is their circulation. Think of your body like a country, and your blood vessels are the highways. If those highways are clogged, narrow, and inefficient, you can't get supplies where they need to go. Food, oxygen, hormones, everything slows to a crawl. Your energy wanes, your erections weaken, your thoughts become muddled. You start to feel like a faded, smaller version of the man you know you are. But there is a natural, powerful solution that has been hiding in plain sight. It's not expensive, it's not processed, and you certainly don't need a prescription. It's the humble beet, beets, that deep, red, earthy vegetable you've probably seen 100 times and ignored. Here's the science, made simple. Beets are one of nature's most potent sources of dietary nitrates. When you consume them, your body has this brilliant two-step process. First, bacteria on your tongue convert those nitrates into nitrites. Then, in the acidic environment of your stomach, those nitrites are converted into the miracle molecule, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the master regulator of your blood vessels. It tells the smooth muscles in your artery walls, the endothelium, to relax. When they relax, the vessels widen, a process called vasodilation. Suddenly, those clogged highways become wide-open superhighways. Blood flows freely, effortlessly, from your head to your toes, and when that blood flows smoothly, everything changes. The strain on your heart is immediately lessened. More oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your muscles, increasing your stamina. And yes, blood flow to the pelvic region is dramatically improved, meaning your performance in the bedroom often begins to improve, frequently faster than men ever anticipate. I remember suggesting this to Gerald. He actually chuckled at first. "Beets, Doc. Are you telling me a vegetable is going to fix what a little blue pill couldn't?" I just smiled. "Gerald," I said, "don't trust me. Trust your own body. Give me 1 week. That's all I ask." I told him to have 1 small glass of pure beetroot juice in the morning, or to add half a cup of cooked beets to his lunch salad. For 7 days, no other changes, no pressure. Just a simple experiment. He came back 2 weeks later. He didn't slouch in the chair this time. He sat up straight, and he had a slow grin spreading across his face. He leaned forward and said, "My wife told me to say thank you." He paused. "I don't know what the hell is in those things, Doc, but whatever it is, it's working." This is not an uncommon story. Study after study has confirmed that for men over 60, regular beet consumption can profoundly improve vascular health, lower blood pressure, and boost physical stamina. You don't have to overhaul your entire life, just 1 simple, consistent addition. You can roast them with a little olive oil and salt until they're tender and sweet. You can steam them. You can grate them raw into a salad for a vibrant crunch. You can blend them into a smoothie with some ginger and lemon to cut the earthiness. They become a cornerstone of your recovery, your comeback. The return of the man you know is still in there. And I want you to remember this. Improving blood flow isn't just about physical performance. It's about life performance. It means walking up a flight of stairs isn't a daunting task. It means you can play with your grandkids without getting winded. It means holding your partner's hand and feeling warmth, not coldness. It means your body isn't dragging you through the day. You are leading it with strength once again. That is the foundation, power, performance, but not just physical endurance, it's soul endurance. And the first step is as simple as a beat. So, if circulation is the highway system, what is the fuel in the trucks? What gives you the drive, the confidence, the quiet, inner power that defines a man? The answer is hormones, specifically testosterone. And just as with circulation, there is another unassuming vegetable that has been quietly working for years to help men support their testosterone levels. It's time we gave it the spotlight it deserves. A few years back, a patient named Charles came to see me. Charles was 71, a retired fire captain, a man who had spent his life running towards danger, a man of immense physical and mental resilience. But as he sat across from me, I could see the weight he was carrying. "Doctor," he said, his voice quiet but firm, "I'm not tired because I'm lazy. I'm exhausted because no matter what I do, I can't seem to get my energy back. I eat less, I try to walk more, but by noon, I feel like I'm running on fumes. By evening, the tank is completely empty." It's a story I hear constantly. It is perhaps the most common complaint from men over 60. And it has not just physical exhaustion, it's an emotional exhaustion. The dragging sensation that pushing your body through each day is becoming an uphill battle, and the hill is getting steeper. At the heart of this issue, very often, isn't just age. It's the way your body is managing fuel. Most men have no idea that as they move past 60, their body's ability to regulate blood sugar begins to change. Your insulin sensitivity can decrease. This means that the food you used to eat without a problem can now send your blood sugar on a wild roller coaster ride. Even minor imbalances can lead to brain fog, mood swings, sudden energy crashes, and impaired performance. When your fuel source is unstable, everything suffers. Your endurance, your drive, your intimacy, even your desire to simply connect with the people you love. But there is one vegetable that acts as a great stabilizer. It doesn't make the headlines, but it should. Is it the sweet potato? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. A potato, Doc, that's a carb. Aren't I supposed to avoid carbs to stay healthy and lose weight? Not this one. The sweet potato is one of the most misunderstood and powerful sources of natural energy just on your plate. Unlike white potatoes, bread, or pasta, which are simple carbohydrates that hit your bloodstream like a tidal wave, sweet potatoes are a complex carbohydrate with a low glycemic index. This means they break down slowly, releasing their energy into your system gradually, like a log burning steadily in a fireplace, not a piece of paper that flares up and is gone in an instant. There is no massive insulin spike. There is no subsequent sugar crash. Just clean, reliable, long-lasting fuel. Furthermore, sweet potatoes are packed with potassium. A single medium sweet potato contains more potassium than a banana. Without all the sugar, potassium is absolutely essential for regulating your heart's rhythm, for proper muscle contraction, and for maintaining fluid balance in your cells. If you ever suffer from muscle cramps or feel dehydrated, you likely need more potassium. When you combine that with their high levels of fiber for digestive health, powerful antioxidants like beta-carotene, manganese for bone health, and vitamin A for your immune system, you have a vegetable that doesn't just feed you. It fuels you. It fortifies you. When I suggested sweet potatoes to Charles, he was skeptical. "I thought avoiding carbs was the healthy thing to do," he said. I told him what I'm telling you now. Your body is not craving fewer calories. It is craving better fuel. Fuel that burns clean and lasts long. I had him start by roasting one small sweet potato, with the skin on, tossed in a little olive oil and sea salt, to have with his lunch or dinner. Nothing fancy, just real, nourishing food. Charles came back 2 weeks later. He sat down and said something that will stick with me forever. "Doc," he said, "I'm not taking afternoon naps anymore. I've started fixing things around the house again, little projects I've been putting off for years." My wife is amazed. She keeps asking where this new guy came from. That is what the right food can do. It's not about restriction. It's about smart addition. Sweet potatoes give your muscles what they need to move, your brain what it needs to focus, and your hormones the stability they need to function. 24-15. And when you combine these 3 beets, spinach, and sweet potatoes, the effect is the most powerful of all. Circulation, hormones, and endurance. It's like giving a complete tune-up to a classic engine that still has a lot of miles left in it. But here's the final, crucial piece, the secret sauce. It's not about eating them once in a while. It's about building them into a simple, daily rhythm. And that brings us to what I call the 3-phase vitality protocol. A simple, yet profoundly effective daily plan to reclaim your energy, performance, and confidence without ever touching a prescription drug. You'll want to hear this, because when you stack these foods in the right way, incredible things begin to happen. When men come to me feeling depleted, frustrated, and defeated, the real question they're asking, underneath it all, is, where do I even begin? It's one thing to know which foods are good for you. It's another thing entirely to know how to use them in a way that works for your body, right now. Because after age 60, your body responds differently. What worked at 30, or even 50, doesn't work anymore. So instead of guesswork, I give them a blueprint. A simple, repeatable plan. I call it the 3-phase vitality protocol. This is not a diet. Let me repeat that. This is not a restrictive diet. This is not about counting every calorie or giving up the foods you love. This is about strategically adding 3 powerful, natural vegetables, beets, spinach, and sweet potatoes to architect your day for optimal blood flow, hormonal support, and sustained energy. I have seen this work time and time again, in real lives, in real relationships, in the real mornings when a man wakes up and feels like himself again. The protocol is beautifully simple. Between breakfast and lunch, I want you to have your beets. This can be a small 4-ounce glass of pure beetroot juice, or half a cup of cooked beets mixed into a salad. Consuming beets in the morning acts as a primer for your entire system. It opens up your blood vessels right at the start of the day, getting your circulation moving and delivering energizing oxygen to your brain and muscles. I tell my patients to think of it like turning on the main power grid for your body. You're setting the stage for everything else. With your lunch, I want you to have 1 full, packed cup of cooked spinach. This is when your body is most active and needs hormonal support. Getting that potent dose of magnesium at midday helps to start liberating that free testosterone, giving you a tangible lift in mood, mental clarity, and drive for the second half of your day. Whether it's in an omelette, sautéed with garlic, or blended into a soup, this one habit begins the slow, steady work of rebuilding your hormonal foundation. At first, it might just feel like a little more clarity or a slightly better mood. But day after day, that testosterone support gets stronger and stronger. With your dinner, have your entrance meal. Half of a medium-sized baked or roasted sweet potato. This is your anchor. The slow-releasing energy from the sweet potato provides your body with the steady fuel it needs to wind down the day without crashing. Crucially, it helps prevent the overnight blood sugar dips that can cause you to wake up at 2 a.m. feeling agitated or wake up in the morning feeling groggy and unrefreshed. It ensures your body has the resources to repair and recover while you sleep. The magic here is not just in the individual vegetables. It's in the rhythm and the timing. Each one supports the next. When you fuel your circulation in the morning, your hormones at noon, and your endurance in the evening, you are not just feeding your body, you are aligning with its natural daily cycles, and you don't have to wait months to feel something. Most men who commit to this protocol notice a distinct shift within 7 to 10 days. A little more spark in the eyes, a little more spring in their step, a little less fog in their head. And the longer you stick with it, the more powerful the momentum becomes. This is about building a body that works for you, not against you. I have men in their 70s and 80s tell me they are back to hiking, back to their gardening, back to embracing intimacy they had long since given up on. They are not trying to be young again. They are claiming their power now, a quiet power, a mature strength that comes from giving your body the respect and nourishment it deserves. The veggie protocol isn't about going backward. It's about moving forward, with purpose and with clarity. And the best part, you can start this today. No prescription, no waiting period, no complicated equipment, just a trip to the grocery store. Now, while this daily protocol is incredibly powerful, there is one final piece I want to leave you with. Because food is the foundation, but to build a truly unbreakable house, you need one more thing. If you want profound, lasting change, you need an element that you won't find in your pantry or your refrigerator. But once you grasp it, everything else falls into place. That's what we'll talk about next. I have been in this field for over 30 years. I have had thousands of strong, proud men sit in the chair across from me. Men who have run companies, fought in wars, raised families, and built the world we live in. And at some point, almost every single one of them has looked me in the eye and said the same thing in 100 different ways. Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore. Sometimes it was the crushing weight of exhaustion. Sometimes it was the quiet shame of a failing libido. And sometimes it was just a dull, persistent ache, the feeling that something inside them had been extinguished and they couldn't find the switch to turn it back on. And my message to them has always been the same as my message to you right now. You are not broken. You are not finished. Your body has not forgotten how to feel vital. It is still hardwired for strength, for passion, for life. You just need to give it the right tools. That is why we talked about these 3 specific vegetables. Not because they are trendy, not because they are some secret superfood from a faraway land, but because they are accessible, affordable, and they flat out work. Beets to open up and restore your circulation, the very current that drives energy and performance. Spinach to support your hormones and rekindle that inner fire of masculine drive. Sweet potatoes to give you the gift of balance and endurance, ensuring you have the stable energy to live your life on your terms, not on the terms of your fatigue. And then we brought them all together in the 3-phase vitality protocol. Morning, midday, and evening. Simple, sustainable, natural. A way of eating that gives you strength, instead of taking it away. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about a diet. It's about creating a rhythm that works with your body, not against it. It's about giving yourself permission to heal, not just from the physical fatigue, but from the quiet despair that can set in when you start to believe that decline is your destiny. It's not. I have seen the results when men commit to this. I have seen pastures straighten. I have seen eyes brighten. I have seen marriages rekindle. I have heard stories of men walking without pain for the first time in years. Men who felt confident in the bedroom again. Men who looked in the mirror for a few weeks and saw a glimmer of the man they thought was gone forever. Hope is not the goal. Reclaiming your strength is. You don't have to be the man you were at 25. That man is gone. But the man you are at 60, 70, or 80 can be strong, clear-headed, and grounded in a powerful version of himself that he has earned. He is still in there, and all he has been waiting for is for you to show up for him. With consistency, with belief, and with real food. Start small. Start today. 1 cup of spinach, 1 glass of beet juice, half a sweet potato. Each one is a vote for the man you still are. And if you haven't heard this in a very long time, let me be the one to tell you now. There is no age at which you cannot get stronger. You are just getting started. Let's walk this path together. One plate, one step, one strong, vital day at a time. If this message resonated with you, if it made you feel a sense of your own value, your own strength, your own potential, I encourage you to hit the like button, share this video with another man in your life who needs to hear it, and leave a comment below. Tell me where you are in your journey. Tell me you're ready. And finally, if you believe that this kind of honest, empowering content for men over 60 is important and needs to exist, please consider using the thanks button to make a small contribution. Your support allows us to continue making these videos for you and for men just like you, completely free of charge. You have no idea how much it means. Thank you for your time and your trust. Now go get started.